Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am Jeff grantMEDIA. In today's real user review, we are going to take a look at the Danner 6-inch Bull Run Moc-Toe boot. There's an air of mystery still as to how I received these boots, but I did receive them for free. I reached out to Danner when I saw the tracking kind of popped up in my UPS app, and I said, hey, I know you guys had sent me some socks and a t-shirt and some stickers in the past because I was doing some content on Danner. Did you guys by chance also send me a pair of boots? They said, no, we did not, but we'll dig into this. So they did so. And apparently Huckberry authorized the sale of the boots, but they shipped from Danner's DC in Portland. So I think Huckberry sent me these boots. I did reach out to my contact at Huckberry, and she did not, so I don't know if it was something that was kind of back-ordered in the works from the past, because I know I had spoken to my old contact at Huckberry about maybe doing the Bull Run in the future, but there were a couple collab boots that I was working with Huckberry on, so I think somewhere, maybe the system triggered them to be shipped to me, but nonetheless, they arrived on my doorstep. And I will say, I was very, very pleased to see that the 6-inch Danner Bull Run Moc-Toe landed on my doorstep, because I was actually about to buy this boot. I had these on my feet in Cabela's about a year ago, and I was about to walk up to the register and buy them, and I thought, I have two boots that I'm actively working on a review for, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be getting another pair shortly for review, so I'm like, that's a lot of boots, so I don't necessarily need to buy these right now because I'm going to be busy working on content. But when they arrived, I was stoked because this is a boot that I personally love. I love the look of this boot. It is an American-made boot. But just in case you are considering buying this boot, there is a link in the description box down below. I am putting the affiliate link to Huckberry because they're the ones that did, I believe, authorize this sample to be sent to me. So I will drop the link for Huckberry down below. So if you're considering buying this boot, please consider using that link. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but I do get a small percentage of the sale kicked back to me. All the money goes back to the channel to help me produce more content so consumers can make informed purchasing decisions. So we've now been rocking this for definitely a little over a month. I looked right before I filmed. It said 4 weeks ago the initial unboxing dropped, and I know when it dropped I was busy and I was actually working on a 1 to 2 week backlog. So I've actually been wearing these for at least a month and a half, if not 2 months, and these have been in heavy rotation with another pair of boots. They're great. These are actually one of the most comfortable boots that I've ever put on my feet. Now, I say that a lot because a lot of the boots that I've been getting recently have been higher end, more quality boots, but these have a sneaker type feel, and I think that is due to the ortho soles that are in this boot. Now, this does have a very squishy ortho sole. Now, it is probably going to wear out much quicker, obviously, than like a leather sole, a veg tan leather sole. It's kind of like a sneaker insole, but it is so incredibly comfortable. These are the Danner Ortholite insoles, and these are great. These make this boot feel like I'm wearing a sneaker, which is great. Now, yes, it is certainly going to wear out much quicker than like a veg tan leather insole, but because it is removable, you can easily swap this out with something else. You can probably just get another pair of these Danner Ortholites, and it's great. This is seriously one of the most comfortable insoles that I have ever put into a boot. And after about 2 months of wear, just about at least month after 2 months of wear, it still looks great. Like, it doesn't, you can't really tell it's squished down. It still looks really, really good. So I think even though this is a foam insole, it's going to last quite some time, and it is removable, so it is replaceable. And below that, on the inside of the boot, we do have a veg tan footbed, so we will still get a little bit of that molding of your foot as we wear the boots. In addition to that, the 6-inch Danner Bull Run Moc-Toe is available in 3 different color options: black, brown as seen here, and tobacco. These are an American-made boot that is made in the Danner factory in Portland, Oregon. These are an unlined boot made from a full-grain oil leather upper. These are a Danner wedge outsole that does have electrical hazard protection. They are made from a stitched-down construction built on the Portland-made 503 last. These feature a 365-day warranty and are recraftable by Danner. So let's talk about that Recraftable. Now, this is a stitched down construction. Now, one thing I did notice is that they do have quite a large shelf, if you will, around the outsole. And one of my commenters in my initial video said that has to do with Danner's ability to recraft the boot. Now, while yes, I can see having a larger space to work with, it definitely helps, because if this wears down too much, you cannot recraft this boot. It doesn't necessarily have to be that large, in my opinion. I have seen other stitch down boots that are resolable that don't have as large of a shelf. But yes, as this shelf, as I call it, wears down and becomes a little bit more broken in, or cracks or splits, it does limit the ability to resole these boots. Now, I did go through the process as if I just needed a straight resole on the boot. And if you go to Danner's website, there's like a questionnaire you can go through, and it will tell you if they're repairable and how much it will cost. And basically, to get this boot just resoled, if the rest of the boot is in good shape, it's $140 to send it to Danner. Though they will also replace the laces, they replace the midsole, and they will ship it back to you for free. So for that $140, you're getting a return shipping, you're getting the craftsmanship done. Now, this is a stitch down boot, so it is resolable by most cobblers, so you could probably take this to your local cobbler if you have one of those. Right now, I don't think I have a local cobbler that I can actually take boots to and have them resoled, so no matter what, I would have to send my boots out. So you could probably get them resoled by any reputable cobbler. The price will probably vary depending upon their workload, their craftsmanship, so you may be able to find it a little cheaper than $140, but you may also just want to send them straight back to the manufacturer to have them put back together with the same soles that they came with, unless you wanted to swap out the sole for something different, in which case you're probably going to want to go with any cobbler of your choice. Now, American-made boot, $250. Again, this is one of the most comfortable boots that I've put on. I was very, very surprised when I put these things on my feet, and they felt like I was putting on like a pair of running shoes. They were just so incredibly comfortable.
Hell, these things are so comfortable. The second day I had them on my feet, I took them on a 3-mile walk down by the canal. I would go as far as call this a hike, but it was a fairly long distance, and only 2 days old. I was completely fine. No pinching, no rubbing, no irritation, and no blisters.
I was actually blown away. I do not remember them being that comfortable when I was trying them on at that Cabela's. I remember them being a comfortable boot, which was one of the reasons I was like, yeah, I think I definitely want to buy these boots. Maybe just not today, but I don't remember them being that comfortable. I didn't do too much walking around. You know, you pace around the aisle of the store just to make sure the fit was good. But once I had them on my feet for a couple of hours on that first day of wear, I was like, man, these things are incredibly comfortable. I really felt like I was wearing more of a sneaker as opposed to a boot. Now, again, I have had many very, very comfortable boots, and some of them were quite recently, but there was just something different about the Danner Bull Run, and I think it has everything to do with that Ortho-Lite insole that is in here. Now, again, it's foam. It will wear out quicker, but it is replaceable, so you can pop that out. And if you really, really like that insole, like I do, you could probably get the same exact insole directly from Danner or one of their retailers and replace it and just have the same fit, feel, and finish of the boot. So while I just said fit, feel, and finish, that is what we're going to talk about next. This is, again, an American-made boot made in Danner's factory in Portland, Oregon. And when you look these things over, I don't see a flaw. I have zero issues with the craftsmanship. Both of these boots, they look great. I didn't see anything out of place. None of the stitches were popped. Nothing came undone. They're very, very comfortable to wear. So the quality and craftsmanship that went into this boot, it's there. It's great. It's great craftsmanship. Now, $250 for a quality-made boot made in America. There's our little flag right there. Made in Portland, one of my favorite cities in America. I mean, my two favorite cities are Philadelphia and Portland, Oregon. So yeah, the quality's there, the craftsmanship there. They're made in America, and they're incredibly comfortable. Honestly, I don't have anything negative to say about these boots. They've been great. I love the look, the style of a Moc-Toe boot. It has a little bit wider of a toe box. These do come in a D and a double E width. I am a D width, so that's what I got. And while yes, my feet will expand like anyone's as I wear them throughout the day. My feet will get a little bit swollen depending upon what I'm doing and how much I'm on my feet, or sitting down will really depend on how much my feet will swell during the day. And that's one of the reasons I do like a Moc-Toe, because I have a narrow foot and I don't need a wide width, but a Moc-Toe gives me that little bit extra width in the toe box that I need throughout the day. So while they don't feel loose on me in the morning when I put them on and my feet aren't all swollen, if I'm doing a heavy day where I'm I'm on my feet all day long, if I'm on a shoot, or if it's just a busy day and I've got them on my feet for 14 hours and I haven't really sat down much, I still have a very comfortable boot at the end of the day. I don't have a toe box that at the end of the day feels like my foot is going to explode out of. That's one of the reasons I personally like Moc-Toes. I find some cap toes give you a wider toe box as well, so that does help as well for cap toes. But generally, a Moc-Toe for me is a very comfortable boot. One of my favorite hiking boots is a Moc-Toe because as you're putting in the miles, your feet are swelling and they're just very, very comfortable to continue to wear all day long, putting a lot of miles on your feet. So the comfortability of the boot is there because I think the little bit of an extra room in the toe box or the Moc-Toe is nice. It has that ortho light footbed in it. The quality of the craftsmanship is there. All for $250. Like, it's a great price for an American-made boot that's incredibly comfortable. It is resolable, and you can see, I'm looking at it, like, again, I've been wearing this quite a bit. You can see a little bit here, like, on the toe. Like, it's kind of, like, pebbling up, if you will. And I don't know if that was there when I got it or if that's just the wear from me wearing them. I think that had a little bit of that pebbling look initially to kind of give it a little bit more traction on it. But it's there, like, it's still there. There's not a lot of sole worn down. You can even see my heels, which generally for me, I wear those heels out pretty quickly. And both heels, there's still a lot of meat. Where is it? There's still a lot of meat there. I'd say that is probably less than average wear for me on the heels of my boots as I wear them. So even though this is a soft wedge sole, kind of like that Christie sole, it's very, very durable. It's holding up really, really nicely. It does have a little bit more squish to it, so you can get a little bit more comfortable, or they're a little bit more comfortable than like a harder lug sole. But it's holding up. It's being very durable. That is a lot less heel wear than I have had on most of my other boots after about 2 months, month and a half, 2 months of wear. So they're wearing really, really nice. And then the tongue as well. The leather is a little bit softer, so even though there is some creasing that you can obviously see from the laces, it's not as bad as I've seen on many of my other boots. So they're comfortable, they're durable, they're American made, they're wearing like iron. This is like a true work boot to me. Like, if I were to trade, I would probably be rocking these Danner Bull Runs as my actual work boot. I've had plenty of legit work boots. I used to sell them for a living. My favorite is probably, the reason I still have them is that old pair of Chippewas up there. That's an 8-inch uninsulated Chippewa work boot, 8-inch Crazy Horse leather. Love that boot. That's why I still have it after all of these years. All of my other work boots have gone to the wayside. But if I were to work a trade, I would probably be buying these Bull Runs right now. It's comfortable. It's very reasonably priced at $250. And it's made in America. And it's resolable. So that's a big deal, especially if you're working a trade and your boots are really comfortable. You don't necessarily need to buy a new pair of boots every year and a half, two. It depends on what you're doing, how much you're on your feet, and what kind of terrain you're walking on, how quickly your boots are going to wear out. So, I mean, I've seen guys that would come in every 6 months and get new boots. I've seen guys that will come in every year. I've seen guys that will come in every 2 years and get new boots. So it really depends on what kind of occupation you're doing, what kind of terrain you're walking on. So that will vary how quickly your boots will wear out. But the fact that it is resolable, if your boots are comfortable, you like them, you don't want to get a brand new pair for half the price or less, you can just get them resoled and continue to wear those boots. So you're making your boots last longer, you're saving a little bit in your pocketbook, and really ultimately you're helping the environment because there's less waste if you're reusing your boots, but just getting the new soles put on there, you're putting less waste in a landfill. So all in all, it's a great boot. Resolable, $250, American made, incredibly comfortable. Yes, it is a foam insole, but yes, it is replaceable. So once that foam wears out, you're not locked into an uncomfortable boot with a flat footbed because your sole was glued down. You could pop that out and put in any sole that you want or replace it with that Ortho Light, which I'm finding to be incredibly comfortable. So really, the mystery of how I got them intrigues me still to this day. But I'm happy I did get them because this boot has been incredibly comfortable to wear. And again, one that I was going to buy with my own money. It has always been on my radar, even since I tried them on and initially decided not to buy them. I still keep coming back and been looking at this boot for the past year. So I'm very, very excited. Was very excited when I first got them, and I still am that I got these finally. I guess it's kismet. The universe was reaching out and saying, hey, we want you to finally check out this boot that we know you've been wanting for a while. So here it is. Still a bit of an air of mystery of how they landed on my doorstep. I'm glad they did. It's been a pleasure to wear. I'm going to keep wearing this boot. And I do still like the mystery of how they possibly landed on my porch. But there we go. If you're looking at them, I'd say snag them. It's a great boot. One of the more comfortable ones that I have been wearing recently. And yeah, it's going to be in heavy rotation. It's going to remain there. I like it a lot, and I think once this wears out, I'm either going to resole it, if possible, if I don't crack this shelf and beat it to all hell, or just replace it with another pair of 6-inch Danner Bull Run Moc-Toes. You never know. I've been getting into black boots lately. Maybe I'll get a black pair next round. But there you go. If you're looking at it, it's a great boot. I'm very, very satisfied with it. It's been holding up, wearing great, and it still looks damn good after pretty consistent wear for the past couple of months. So yeah, if you're looking at it, snag one. I do not think you will be disappointed. So with that, if you like this video or any of my other videos, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications the next time I post a brand new video. Good night.